he had to be like really kidding himself to think that I would fucking talk to him, and me knowing that he cheats on his wife. I just got set up on a date.
Yes, y'allin', jigger man be ballin'. Leave chicks pigeon-toed, some of them be crawlin'. Get the best of you whenever I put my all in. Have mommies callin' for the law, darling. Jigger and Paulin', ass drop, coops with half the top, expose half my knot. Niggas mad when I brag about the cash I got, but I'm used to not having a lot. I'm from the gutter and
At the stop sign, take a slight right turn onto Gateway Boulevard.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I believe today is the 29th. Yeah, today is the 29th. Today is a Thursday. I'm trying to think, did I vlog on Tuesday when I went to work? Yeah, but that's gonna be so. Yeah, basically I uploaded the weekly vlog. Was that the weekly vlog or the weekend vlog? I don't remember. I think I just put everything in a weekly vlog because it spilled over. I think I'm probably just gonna do weekend vlogs like when I'm doing something. All right, girl, with your little pom pom shorts on.
Go past the stop sign. Then at the next one, take a
slight
right turn.
I love to see like really like slim girls, but they got like a shape to them, like she looked like she's slim, but she got like one of my friends is like that, like she's built like a supermodel, but her body is just like, she got some shape to her though, you know, like it's so cute to see that. Anyway, yeah, I uploaded the weekly vlog together, and like I was saying, I think I'm gonna start doing the weekend vlogs only when these streets are so bad out
At the
here.
stop
like,
sign, take a slight right turn onto Cornaga Avenue.
You see how I'm
then
like,
turn left onto Empire
this
Avenue.
is like this specific street that I go down, and it's like really no way around it. When I'm coming from Ja's daycare, it's called Gateway Street in Far Rockaway, and it's not like a long, it's not like a long road. I think it spans probably about 6 blocks, but it's so
at the light turn left onto Empire Avenue, then keep right.
So yeah, when I'm gonna start doing the weekend vlogs like when I'm actually doing something, or you know, I just take it one step at a time. I'm not gonna stress myself out. This damn I don't think I could whatever, but the face is beat today. I've been trying like different, y'all gonna see like my makeup look kind of like different certain days, because I'm trying like different methods to like perfect what I like. A common thing that happens with me with makeup and stuff like that, I don't know, I usually always like shit that get discontinued. Am I the only one? Because I start liking something and then all of a sudden it's discontinued. I was using this like Mazzani, whatever, you know, the I forgot the name, whatever, Mazzani lipstick. It was like a matte lipstick, and it was the perfect nude for my skin tone. I could never find it again. And
keep right onto Empire Avenue.
Then I never forget, MAC had this lipstick. It was
in
like
4.4 miles, turn left onto Prospect Avenue.
It was like a gold lipstick, and they discontinued that. I was so mad. I have never found a gold lipstick like that. It was like basically almost like a lip gloss, but it wasn't a lip gloss. It was a lipstick. It was just that light of a gold. It was just gorgeous. I really honestly need to go to MAC one day and just see if they have something like it, but I looked for a couple of years and I just couldn't find it, so I kind of gave up. But I need to like look back and see, go back there and see if they have something like that. So of course I'm going to work today. I did, you know, read that the air quality is supposed to rise today because those Canada fires is back at it again. But we're supposed to be having like some executives that's coming to the office today. I did alert, you know, my superior that of the air quality and stuff, but you know, she didn't respond to the email, and I just said like, okay, let me just do my due diligence and go in and do my part, and what else was I gonna say? So yeah, that's pretty much it. It is, you know, like I said, it's a work day. I'm on my way to work now. School is out, so the traffic will be like a little bit better than usual. And yeah, there's really nothing else. I really wanted some time to myself this weekend. But you know, I reached out to one of my family members and they haven't yet to respond to me, so to see if, like, you know, y'all can go somewhere for the weekend. I'm just starting to feel a little overwhelmed, and when I start to feel like that, like, you know, he's been going to my mom's house for the past couple of weeks for like a night, like I said before. I don't think I told y'all before, but I don't really like to put too much pressure on her with him, because she is just her in the house and he's a lot. Ja is a lot, and you know, she's sick, so I know that she tries her best to, you know, help me or whatever, but you know, I try not to put too much on her at you know, lots of times. I haven't reached out to his, you know, his father's side of the family yet to help me with him or whatever, because they help me most of the time when I am mommy free, like for a whole entire weekend. It's typically because his other grandma has him, or his uncle, you know, whatever. So I'm gonna probably reach out to them today, because today is already Thursday. Or he could just stay home, because I really need a babysitter next week. I'm going to a I guess you could call it like a boat, what you call it, yacht party or whatever. I don't even know. I haven't been out like at a club in so long. But my bestie, she was like, oh, let's just get out, let's go do something. So we're going to Big Fendi's yacht party. I don't know if people know outside of New York who Big Fendi is. He's like a party promoter, I guess you could say, but he's in the music industry. I really just know him being associated with Fab, but I'm quite sure his credentials is way more than what I'm saying. But that's basically what I know him as being, is like a party promoter slash music exec, some type of way, maybe managerial. I think he actually used to manage Nicki Minaj, I believe. I believe, because him and Nicki have a rapport. So it's something like that, but I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I'm quite sure his credentials is way more than what I'm exhibiting. But anywho, we're going there next week. I believe it's like an all white thing. So I already have a dress. I got a dress from Fashion Nova that I ordered actually a little bit before this came about. I like to be ready, so I like to stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. So but the crazy thing is I haven't even tried the dress on, and I really need to do that this week, because yeah, it's next weekend, just in case it's not fitting the way I want it to fit. And so that's it. Anyway, I've been rambling for 8 minutes, so I will see y'all maybe later on today or tomorrow, or I don't know. I'll check in with y'all later. Peace. Those days are fucking over. Yep, that is it. So where you going? Home? I'm so tired. I don't know what's going on with me today. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, yeah, it's later on in the day. I am about 15 minutes away from getting my little doodle butt, and I am exhausted today. I don't know what it is. I'm so tired. I've been struggling all day, y'all, like all day while I was at work. Like the day just dragged, you know, like one of those days when the day just completely drags. Like that's today. So yeah, I'm on my way home. I'm almost there to pick up my little angel, and that is, I was gonna say that's it for the week, but no, tomorrow's Friday and I got 2 more days for this week. Yeah, so I was just like thinking about, just not so much thinking about, but yeah, just thinking about like what I want in a relationship now. So I've been really just dating with a fine tooth comb. And just trying to really just make sure I'm, like I said before in my previous vlog, just listen to my intuition and to just make better decisions. And what I'm realizing now is like the things that I didn't really feel like was important before in relationships is important to me now. And I'm not gonna go into every single one, but the big issue, the big like non-negotiables for me now, before, when I was younger, it was like, oh, if he have a job and he take care of his kids, and if he has kids and he's responsible, and like that was enough, right? And maybe if he has his own crib or he has his own car, like those are like my non-negotiables, and that was kind of like pretty much it. But now that I'm older, like I just feel like, what about like the emotional stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about do you care about my feelings? Do you take into consideration what I might need or feel? What is he doing? These people be just doing stupid shit. Anyway, do someone take in consideration my feelings when it comes to certain things? Are you making decisions and considering me in it, or you just making the decisions? Like, it's just a lot of stuff, like, like I said before, that ghosting thing for me is just not it. That's like definitely a deal breaker for me. Another deal breaker for me is just like making decisions that's going to affect both of us, and you don't consult with me. So let's just say, for instance, you feel overwhelmed by the relationship, or you feeling whatever you feeling. Maybe you feeling like you don't want to give me quality time anymore or whatever. And instead of you just like saying it to me, you just say, oh, okay, I'm just gonna fall back, I'm not gonna call her anymore, and then eventually she'll get the hint, like, and another thing is just like, just everything is about you. You never ask me how's your day going, and like genuinely, not just regular conversation, like remembering like my birthday or remembering my freaking work schedule. Like, I remember I was dating somebody, and I must have told this person like 100 times what my work schedule was, and like the person would ask me the question over and over and over again. So that basically means that you're not listening to me, or you're not absorbing the information that I'm giving you. And it hurts because I know your work schedule, you know what I'm saying? Or a person doesn't know what my favorite color is, they don't know what my favorite food is, they don't do anything romantic for me, spontaneous. Like, it's a lot. Or I do something for you, you don't do nothing back, or at least communicate it, because I do understand that, like, life be life, and you might not have time to do certain things. But if you just talk to me and say, hey babe, I know we ain't been out in a while, you know what I'm saying, like, don't worry, soon as I get a little time, we gonna go out, we gonna do something, or just do something in place of. So let's just say we haven't been out in a month. You could say, hey babe, here go a little Sephora card, or here go a bouquet of flowers. Like, I just want you to know that I'm thinking of you, and I'm thinking of us, and I'm here, I'm locked in, you know what I'm saying? But that just go to show you how much someone likes you, you know what I'm saying? Because if they're not doing those things, then that means you're probably not the woman that they want to do that for. And it's fine, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you kind of need to vet people and vet situations, and kind of like decide whether or not that's something that you want to do. And that's just me. I'm just giving my opinion on, like where I'm at in my life, and what I want to accept and what I don't want to accept. What else was I gonna say? It's more, but I just, the emotional parts of certain situations and my non-negotiables is going to be added to the list of things what my non-negotiables are. So yeah, it's not just enough that you have a job, you have your own crib, you have a car, you take care of your children. It's also like the emotional part, and like, being there for me when I need you to be there, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like a needy person, you know what I'm saying? But I do want the person that I'm with to take into consideration certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it shows like that you care, so to speak. What is going on over here? Oh, somebody's broken down. How did you break down right here? It's crazy. Ugh. Anywho, so yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share that part with y'all because yeah, you know, I'm going through this little dating thing, and I'm actually taking a break, y'all. I'm taking a break. That's kind of like what I was kind of trying to get to, the dating update. Yeah, I'm taking a break. I don't know how long the break is gonna be. I think this is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a long one because I need to really focus on myself and my son, and I've been giving the wrong people my time, and now it's time to get back on track and get focused, because when I'm focused, like, I get shit done, you know. I'm like a fucking machine. So that's what I'm on right now, because, you know, I've been doing, you know, I'm doing my little YouTube thing, and I'm also in the process of getting like a certificate. I'm in like a certificate program, so I just need to focus for a while, and just really give that like 150%, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, set me up for success, y'all, because I got goals. Like, the things that I have on my vision, and my vision is just amazing. So in order to get amazing, you gotta make some sacrifices, and I don't have no problem. That part of my life I can sacrifice, because like I said, I've wasted enough time, enough energy, enough emotions to be going through that again. So yeah, I'm taking a break, y'all. Everybody has been placed on hold, and you know, like I said, a few people been kind of like checking for me, but I'm just not in the mood right now, because like I said, if I gave you a chance the first time, it's like, you're gonna fuck up again. Nobody has time for that. It's crazy. Let me tell y'all this quick joke, and then I'll get off. This person out of the clear blue sky, like, hit me up yesterday or whatever. No, it started, today is Thursday, so it started on Tuesday. So at first, you know, somebody texted me from a number I didn't know. So I'm like, at first I was like, I started not to answer, because I feel like if I don't have your number in my phone, that means we haven't spoken in a long time, and I don't need to know who it is, so no need to answer. But anyway, in this case, I answered, only because it just kind of piqued my interest a little bit. I don't know why, because it usually doesn't. But anywho, so I didn't want to immediately say like who this, even though I probably could have, because like I said, if I haven't spoken to you in a while, like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, I'm not gonna know who it is. Your number is not in my phone anymore. Like, probably, yeah, more than likely. But clearly I didn't block the person, right? Because I'm like, oh, maybe because either they didn't really, for whatever reason, I didn't block the person, you know what I'm saying? Because I block people for different reasons, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. And so I'm like, hey, this person is like, hey, what's up, what's going on? I'm like, I'm good, how you doing? Oh, hey, when can I see you, or whatever. So I'm like, what? Like, I don't, like, no, what was the word? It was when can I get up with you, was the statement. So I can kind of like pinpoint on who talks to me in a certain type of way. Like, I know how everybody behavior is, and it's not too many people that like talk in that manner to me. So I was like, so now I'm trying to think. I'm like, I know certain people just don't talk to me like that. So I'm like talking, I'm like, you know, me and my coworker, we at work, and she like, yo, you know, just ask who it is. I was like, nah, I don't want them to know that I erased the number, whatever. I just want them to keep talking so I can figure out who it is, because I know I'm gonna figure out who it is. So he's talking. So he was like, oh, when can I get up with you? So I'm like, I don't know, you tell me. So after that, you know, I would think that anybody that say when I could get up with you would say after that, like when and where or whatever. No, this person starts like, oh, how you doing? What you doing? Like changing the subject, whatever. So I'm like, all right, damn, I still don't know who it is right offhand. So they still texting back and forth. So the person FaceTimes me. And I'm like, I don't allow people to FaceTime me. Like, I only FaceTime very, very few people. Most of it is family because, you know, they want to see Ja. So I'm like, FaceTiming me. I ain't answer, of course. And I was at work. And even if I wasn't at work, I wouldn't answer it. So after the person FaceTimes me, they immediately texts me when I don't answer and say rude. So once he said that, once the person said that, I already knew who the F it was. I knew who it was. This person, I'm not even gonna go into the whole story about this person, but let's put it like this. This person, me and him have never got into anything serious. We were friends, like we met in college. This is how long ago this was, y'all. I'm 40. We met in college. We were friends in college. We remained friends after that. He ends up getting married. And, you know, we just still continue to be friends because he was cool, like a vibe. Like, he was funny and shit. And we would just crack jokes together. He would try to, like, give me dating advice. And, you know, because he felt like he was a guru because he was married and shit, right? So as we were talking and having that kind of, like, relationship where we was cool and stuff, I noticed, like, something I kind of picked up on. Like, I think it took me a while because initially, like I said, we was always friends. But he used to just make me feel bad, like, about being single. Like, he would say things to me, like, I can't quite recall some of the things, but basically he would just try to insinuate that it was my fault that I was single. He was married. Mind you, the same dude that we talking about, right? Like, he was just straight up cheating on his wife. Like, he would tell me about his little side chicks. Because I'm telling you, like, that's the type, you know, we was friends. So, mind you, so it was that, and, like, he had tried to holler at me, like, on top of that, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really like to have male friends, because, to me, a lot of them always end up liking me somehow, some way, like, I don't know, like, or expressing some type of interest, but, I mean, he had to be, like, really kidding himself to think that I would fucking talk to him, and me knowing that he cheats on his wife, you know what I'm saying, like, blatantly too, like. So anywho, that happens, and I was like, nah, I'm good or whatever. And then we were still kind of talking, kicking it or whatever. Fast forward for like a little while after that, he had called me one time and asked me to do him a favor, which was, you know, nothing crazy or whatever. Basically, he asked me to borrow some money, whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, like, all right, you know what I'm saying, you my friend. I'm first of all, I was freaking floored because this person never asked me for anything. Always made it seem like he was this, he was that, his wife is this and that, and like, so it kind of like shocked me. But he was just like, he was going through a hard time. I did not ask him like what was going on, because I felt like, you know, whatever you going through, for you to come out and like ask me something like that, like, it gotta be something serious or whatever. So I was like, you know, I'm struggling too. This is before I had my son, of course. All of this is before I had my son. So I'm like, listen, I'm struggling too, you know what I'm saying? I could do X, Y, and Z, and that's pretty much it. And he was like, oh, okay, you know, whatever you got, I'll take it, whatever. I'm gonna pay you back, blah, 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 blah. So he was like, oh, when we first did the little exchange, he was like, I'm gonna pay you back. I was like, all right, whatever. So I was like, all right, you know, whatever. Mind you, when I was giving him the money, I gave him an amount that I knew that I would be okay with if he didn't pay me back. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, I'm gonna give you the money back in like a couple of weeks. So I was like, all right. So a couple of weeks go by. He did reach out to me. He was like, oh, I didn't forget about you. I'm like, okay, cool. A couple of weeks go by, a month go by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by, 4 months go by. So then I thought about it, and at first I wasn't gonna say anything to the person. I was gonna be like, nah, I'm good. So something was telling me in my spirit was like, you know what, ask for your money back. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, you know, I told you, you know what I'm saying, I was in a rough time and that, you know, whatever, you know, you got that for me or whatever. And, well, this time, like, you really should give me interest. So do you know that this person was like, like, I can't remember the right terminology he used, but anywho, he insinuated to me like, I'll give you your money, but like, how dare you ask me for interest? Yes, y'all. So I was like, oh, well, you know, yeah, it's been months. Like, you told me you was paying me back in a couple of weeks or whatever. And he was like, oh, well, I'm not giving you no interest. Like, how dare you? But I'll give you back the money. So anyway, he gives me back the money. And after that, I just erased his number on my phone. I blocked him, everything. So I forgot how it went, but anyway, like, after that, he did kind of reach out to me again. I think he reached out to me somehow on WhatsApp or whatever. I egged him, you know what I'm saying, like, nah, you know what I'm saying, and then I blocked him on WhatsApp too. So somehow or another, so I blocked him on WhatsApp, whatever. So somehow or another, he changes his number. One day I get a random FaceTime. Not thinking it was him. I don't even think I answered. I was like, you know, I don't answer numbers that I don't know, even if it's not a FaceTime or whatever. So I get a random FaceTime, didn't answer. Of course, right after I didn't answer, he says that again, like, rude. So I was like, this is how I knew this time automatically it was him. So I was like, what? I was like, who's this? And he was like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, that should be what you initially, like, start off with. Like, don't call my phone FaceTime and then when I don't answer, gonna just text me rude. You don't even know what the F I was doing at that time. Like, so that's the moral of that story, y'all. Like, that's why I don't mess with him like that no more. That's why I ain't even, like, we can't even be friends, because here I am trying to be a friend to you and you straight just, like, decide to do what the hell you want to fucking do. So that's why after he texted that rudeness yesterday and said whatever he said, I blocked him again. And now on iPhone, you can see when someone, like, after you block them, you can still see when they call you or whatever. Why he was still texting me? I know you got an iPhone. I know you were seeing those bubbles go green. So why you still, good morning, how was your day? Like, get out of here. Like, what? Like, these people are insane, y'all. But anyway, let me get Stinker.
Get on your knees, get on your knees, get on your knees. Baby, just get on your knees. Say pretty, please, say pretty, please, say pretty, please. Baby, just say pretty, please.
Yo, I'll be back at 11. You just act like a peasant. I got a bow on my panties because my ass is a present. Yeah, it's good to...
Good morning, guys. I tell you, I'm tired. I don't know what's been going on with me lately. I've just been so tired. Just made me a nice little cup of cafe with some oat milk. The brand that I use is this Planet Oak. This is what I use. It's 25 calories per 1 tablespoon. I like to use that little measuring thing so I can see how much I'm using, because you know when you just free pour, you don't know how much you're pouring in. Today is June 30th. Today working from home. I'm working from home for the next 2 days. So that's basically how my the rest of my week is going. I'm about to make Josh some beef smoked sausage, because he likes these, and I'll probably make some little biscuits. I buy these little mini biscuit packs from Walmart. I think like 5 biscuits come in here. I don't usually really eat biscuits like that. I eat them. I know I look like I eat a lot of biscuits, but I don't. Yeah, I don't eat them that much, but I didn't realize until like last time I bought them that they do expire. And they expire pretty quickly. I didn't think they expired that fast, so I'm definitely Gonna make some, and that's like good enough for Ja. Like he'll eat that and like a piece of sausage. He's not crazy about eggs, so unless they're like mixed in something. So yeah, I'm just gonna make him that, and 99.9% of the time I'll probably be eating the same thing. When I make an egg with one. Am I the only one that do not like cheese in their eggs? I probably am, because I'm that kind of weird or whatever, but I don't like cheese in my eggs. And yeah, Ja's not crazy about eggs. So anyway, let me it's like, I think it's about 7:45 or something. I'm about to bust out these dishes and get the day started. Oh, what's the difference between a helicopter? Because he'll like point to it and I'll be like, well, it's kind of like a helicopter is kind of like an airplane, but it's really, you know, not an airplane. So certain things like that you notice now, of course, because you have to do this work.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm really trash at the sound effects. My like transportation sound effects is the same for everything.
Right.
I do the best I can. My brother's really good at this. I'll like call him and be like, how would you make a plane sound? And he'll like tell me, but I can't do it. So
right.
I just leave that one alone. But yes, no, I agree with you. My son has a book that he really likes about llamas, and I'm like,
right. Right.
But yeah, so I totally get that. But I mean, you can use like a different. It doesn't have to be the sound necessarily, but I think environmental sounds or animal sounds are super, super great, especially if he loves cars. Doing a lot of like vroom vroom and things like that would be great. Another thing you could do, like if it's a red helicopter or if the helicopter is flying, giving that kind of the ing present progressive.
Today is the first of the month. I'm drinking my coffee. It's a shame how much money we spend on coffee when I could just get my little, whatever you call that thing, oat milk and coffee. This is what this is, and it's so good. I know it's a beer mug. Anyway, just got up about 8 o'clock. I'm about to start working, and yeah, that's it. And I need to make some room on this memory card, so I'm just checking in, guys. I don't think nothing is going on today. If anything happens or I feel like babbling, then I'll pick up the camera. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm sitting here trying to Jaleel, please move. Girl, don't have no kids, y'all. Don't have no kids. Hey, tell me the truth before. Oh my God, please, if you can. Let me not say that, because kids is a blessing, because I really don't know what my life will be without him. Mommy. Yes. Like hearing that sound is just... So I don't want y'all to misconstrue what I had put up in my last vlog, like when I was crying and stuff and saying how hard it is. I mean, that's the God honest truth. Because, I mean, I ain't really expel everything that I go through and everything that I got going on. If people that know exactly why I was crying to that magnitude. Yes. Nice. Yeah, you know, maybe one day I'll be able to like really just truly express the reason why it's so hard for me. And it's crazy, like, I don't know, because it's like, I don't want to say it's a gift and a curse, but it's just super hard for me. I don't know why these cards were dealt for me. I mean, by the grace of God, I am happy that I'm able to function. But I mean, sometimes I don't know what the hell I did in my life to deserve half of the shit that I get. So, it's just a lot. A lot. Jaleel, out the kitchen.
No.
See? Out the kitchen.
No.
I'll be back. Why I look like I'm going to somebody's like dinner party? I bought this choker a while ago and I just haven't been able to wear it because it's like, I don't know, it's kind of tricky. I feel like if you put stuff on too much with it, then it's gonna look great. I don't know, I look like I am going to the ball, y'all. All I'm doing is going to have a drink. I mean, maybe I should dress like this, but I feel like I'm going to somebody's ball. I was just saying to myself, I'm so fucking dumb. I was like, what if somebody be like, oh, where you coming from? I'm like, oh, I just got set up on a date. Oh, God. All right, let me go, y'all, because then I'm not going to go. All right, y'all, so I'm on my way out. I'm not feeling nothing today. Like, you know how you just have those days where, like, nothing you put on looks right, and this is one of the days. But I feel like I need to force myself out just to get around some ambiance or something. So that's all it is about. So let me go, and I'll check in with y'all when I get there.
Boulevard. In 400 feet, turn right onto Seagate Boulevard.
My elbows is ashy. Maybe they are, because I just put that body on. Anyway. All right, team. All right, guys. So I am en route to what the hell going on over here? I hate when they do stuff over here by my fucking house, because it's like people act like they can't drive. What is he doing? Anyway, I can't even get out of my fucking drive.
Right
I mean, my
Seagate
garage
Boulevard.
and out to the fucking road sometimes. Anywho, I'm on my way to Allegra. I'm gonna see what's going on over there. Like I told you, I'm not really feeling this outfit, but I'm gonna go ahead and go, just so I could get out the house for a bit. You know, I haven't been out probably since I went for Mother's Day, right? I don't think I've been out since I went to Atlanta City for Mother's Day, so I think it's time to get out. Yeah, because I don't think I've been anywhere. Nope. So I'm going to just go have a drink and catch a little vibe. This park by my house is always flooded. In the summertime, child, these people be out here cooking out, honey. So anyway, I'm gonna just go to Allegra, catch a little vibe, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Because where that hotel is in Long Beach, like, it's you know, it's on the, like, the hotel's on the beach, so of course this time of evening, because it's a lot of different factors. So yeah, it's on the beach, and Long Beach, like, you have to pay to get on the beach, but after a certain time during the day, it's free to get on. So that's when everybody goes to the beach and hang out. I think I want to say like 6 o'clock. After 6 is free to go. So it's about 7:45. I was considering going to this like bowling alley called Backstage near my house, because it's more of, you know, us there. But I never been to Allegra. I've been to Backstage a few times, and I'm really not feeling my best today, so I'm probably not gonna go over there anyway. Like, when I tell y'all I'm not feeling the way I look right now, I don't know what it is. It's probably just one of those days. Like, and like I said, I don't really go out that much, and this is why I probably need to force myself out so I can really see, you know, how I look in my clothes and stuff like that. And I'm not feeling it. All right, y'all, we just got over here. I got lucky with parking, because usually over here And parking is really bad. Yeah, usually guys, when I come over here, the parking is bad. Ooh, damn, that was even a close one. Oh, it feels so good over here. As I told you, this is like right on the beach. Hopefully I could sit at the bar. This man cute over here. Kind of, like I said, sometimes it's good to find other places in New York to make it seem like you escape. Anyway, let me get to this little place and I'll vlog while I'm in there, y'all. Alright guys, yeah, I'm on my way to my CrossFit class. It's a Sunday morning, about 10 a.m. I'm headed to the 10:30 class. No church today, clearly, right? But Jai's with my mom, and I may have to, he's been there since yesterday, so I'm gonna probably have to go get him later on today. So I just figured, like, if I have to go get him today, then that means, you know, no babysitter tomorrow when I usually take the CrossFit class. I actually see that looks like I'm gonna verify with him when I get there, but it looks like 4th of July he's gonna be open. If that's the case, if I'm not in a lot of, you know, pain and stuff, I'll go to the Tuesday class as well, because Tuesday's 4th of July. Finally I'm off on a holiday, because I'm off Sunday, Mondays, most of the holidays fall on a Monday, so I never get to enjoy like a 3-day weekend, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, I'm salary and they don't, you know what I'm saying, which I feel is kind of fucked up, because everybody else get a 3-day weekend except for me. I know I'm not the only one, but a holiday typically never really falls on a Tuesday. So this is the first time in probably like forever since I've been working the schedule that I actually have the holiday off. So I'm definitely taking Jai to daycare, because, you know, daycare ain't closed and I pay for them sessions. So why would he not? To be home, to be harassing me? Like, no, you're going to daycare. So I'm like, maybe after I drop him off the daycare, like I said, if I'm not in a lot of pain, then I'll go ahead and drop him off, and then I'll go to the Tuesday class together. Again, child, when I tell y'all I am so fucking focused right now, like, I'm so focused. I had like an emotional breakdown yesterday, like when it comes to like when it's time to put on clothes. Like, I'm just not happy where I'm at, and I know I'm not going to be like 100%. I'm not looking for like a urgent, but if I just see some progress, then I probably will feel a whole lot better. And I know maybe to some people I'm exaggerating, but when you know what your body looked like at a point, and it's been so long since I actually got myself back in shape to the magnitude to which I can, and I'm never ever really going to be skinny. It's not in my genes. My bone structure is not even situated for me to even be that small. But the problem I have with my body is just the way I'm proportioned. Like, a lot of clothes don't fit me the way I want to, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even help that the way a lot of clothes are designed nowadays is for people that have flat stomachs, or like, you know what I'm saying, because everybody's getting BBLs and tummy tucks, you know what I'm saying? So every time you go to the store, every shirt is a crop top. They even making the coats and the blazers like cropped, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have a flat stomach. And I'm not one of those girls that, you know, some girls that don't give a fuck, they got a stomach and they just still gonna show it. I'm just not one of those. I don't have the confidence. I like my clothes to fit a certain type of way. And yeah, I'm not one of those girls. So and my stomach is like my biggest problem area, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing. Like, a lot of things that I see that I want to get, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, oh, I can't get it, I can't wear it because it's cropped. And it's very frustrating. So like I said, I'm not looking for myself to be perfect, but I am looking to get in shape, and that's like one of my goals right now. That's why I'm like, I'm so focused right now that I ain't got time to be playing around with nobody, you know what I'm saying? I really just need to be like 100% focused. And honestly, I do want to kind of date somebody that works out now, like, because I'm realizing that is something that will be a compatibility, because you know how it goes when you start dating somebody. You know, you stop going to the gym, or you stop focusing. Now y'all going out to eat, and the weight comes back on, and then oh, go ahead. Get in the water, Doodle. You don't want to get in the water? Child, on my dashboard saying it is 101 degrees. That's insane. The sky looks crazy, y'all. I'm on a Zoom, y'all. I'm on a Zoom. Child, right here. It's probably bad windy, but anyway, I thought it was vacation, child. Yeah. Because he only goes twice a week. So they didn't tell me when I picked him up Thursday that there was no daycare today. So I got him dressed and ready. And child, that shit was right on close. But it's alright because I'm off from work anyway. I just thought I would have had some time to myself. But I guess not. Try it again. Let me see you do it. Go ahead, rock climb. Go ahead, try it again. All right, don't hurt yourself. Good baby. Hey guys, welcome back. You bored? What happened? You put something in your lip? You alright. Hey guys, welcome back to the Flizzy. Anywho, it's 10 o'clock on the 4th of July. I completely like fumbled, whatever you want to call it. I thought y'all had daycare today. I was sadly mistaken. Got him dressed, took him to the thing and everything, and they was closed. And I don't know, I'm usually smarter than that. I usually call the day before, but because he only goes 2 days out the week, and which is Tuesdays and Thursdays, they didn't tell me this last week when I picked him up on Thursday, and they didn't have no sign up or whatever. It's a lady, it's in her house, so and her husband actually was there when I picked him up. What's the matter? We going to eat. Stop dropping your truck. So yeah, child, went all the way there, got him dressed. Just knew today I was gonna have a free day to myself. I'm off from work because you know, most of the time holidays don't fall on, you want it? It's all the way over there. I can't get it now. So yeah, usually holidays don't fall on a Tuesday. So I was, girl, when I tell you the way things be going sometimes, I be like, yo, and just knew I had the day to myself. Just knew I had today to myself to just, you know, take him to daycare and just, like I said, I didn't really have anything to do because I did the laundry and stuff, but child, I was sadly mistaken, honey.